Hello there, welcome to You Do You. My name is Mark, and welcome to this review of Parfum de Marly's Herod, released in 2012. Here we go. Of course, I don't have the full bottle. I was able to spray a good deal of Herod on myself when I went to the niche store, but that was like many months ago. I remember really not being impressed by it. So the way I'm gonna do this video, I'm gonna wear like a good amount so that I could approximate what it's like to do a full wear of it. The top, Herod's pretty nice. There's a fruity, and I didn't expect to like it this much because, like I said earlier, I was really underwhelmed when I tried it in the store. But testing it right now, fruity top, and I have no idea which fruit it would be. I'm thinking I'm getting a very faint peach that is mixing with the musks, and I think that combination is really beautiful. Tobacco scent, it's fairly fresh. Unless I'm mistaken, what they used here was tobacco leaf. It feels very kind of like fresh, a very fresh take on tobacco. What I mean is that the tobacco seems to be the fresh kind. I have no doubt that there are some spices here. Musk, definitely clean musks. I'm gonna spray more. Down to that, and I shall spray even some more. The very immediate spray is really quite gorgeous. I'm not getting a strong tobacco yet, but the musks are coming through, and I am enjoying the musks in Herod. I'd say it's very youthful, very young. Frankly, I'm really surprised to be liking Herod. It's very clean. It's very youthful. It's not particularly complex. I think that the people who would dislike Herod would be the ones who want a beast. And Herod, I was in fact thinking that it was going to be a beast, but it's certainly not. It's so very polite. Now, I looked at the notes, and the peach thing that I was telling you about is very probably coming from the osmanthus, which has an apricot facet. So it must be that. One thing about Herod that I'm really liking is that frequently when we're talking about a tobacco fragrance, tobacco fragrances tend to be really kind of almost at times invasive. Like it's a very loud note. And in Herod, the tobacco is very tame, it's very contained. And that's something that I would praise about this fragrance, which again, I really did not expect to like. I like the mix when the osmanthus mixes with the vanilla along with the musks. Really quite wonderful. Herod's very easy on the nose. Really did not expect to describe it by the word that I'm about to say, but it's actually mild. It's gentlemanly. Also, it's nuanced enough to be interesting. Herod really smells like a very well-dressed person. I can imagine like if you're somewhere in your 20s or early 30s, I can imagine that this would really be easy to rock. And I really believe that the target market of Parfum de Marly is people in their 20s, people who want to be eased into buying an expensive fragrance. I'll probably say this very often in this video. I really do think that they're overpriced. For all the good things that I can say about Herod, that it's perfectly polite, gentlemanly, nuanced enough as to be interesting, composed of really beautiful, clean musks, a tobacco leaf that is never at all obnoxious, an osmanthus that is really well tempered and nothing metallic about it at all. A fleshy osmanthus. For all of that, I still think it's overpriced. Of course, if you're not really on a budget and you happen to be young and are kind of like scared of some of the niche offerings, then I can see why you would fall for Herod, because it's very mass appealing in so many ways. This is what I mean when in another video I talked about niche houses producing scents which aren't exactly niche. I think this is exactly one of them. This is a scent that really could come out of I'm trying to think. A scent like this will not come out of Dior. It won't come out of Hermes. It won't come out of Tom Ford. Bulgari. This is a kind of scent profile that can come out of Bulgari, which means that it's not bad. Not bad at all. I'll give it more time and come back after an hour. Okay, so it's been 1 hour and it still smells good. However, the cinnamon that it opened with, it's completely gone. And it was never really strong to begin with. Some of the middle note of osmanthus is still here. Yes, it is. And also the musks are still there, but mostly what I'm getting now, after an hour, is ISO-E Super, which is another synthetic ingredient. In terms of ingredients, my guess is that it's really mostly synthetic because this really has a very heavy dependence on ISO-E Super, which again isn't exactly a terribly expensive ingredient. If you are a frag head, then I think that you really can ignore Herod. It's not groundbreaking. It's not doing anything spectacularly or even just quietly, for that matter, interesting. So it's not very interesting. I can't imagine a serious frag head being crazy about Herod. But if you are a regular person with regular concerns, like you just want something that's fairly smooth, fairly posh, nothing that attracts too much attention, something that you could wear to work. In fact, something that you could wear to anything. Like you could wear this day or night. You can wear it any time of the year. Something very, very versatile and actually something that is good for a dumb reach, in fact. Then Herod is really quite nice if you're a regular person. I think the marvelous thing about Herod really is the perfumery that was done by the perfumer Olivier Pescheux. I think this is masterful wizardry. With fairly inexpensive ingredients, he came up with something that's really quite winsome. And I'm surprised to be enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying it. You know, for a frag head, I think that at best what it might be is serviceable. Herod is really dumb reach friendly. Like you could pick it up anytime and you're not gonna get into any problems whatsoever. Let's go to reasons to get it and reasons not to get it. Reason to get it, it's very well blended, it's attractive and clean, it's very versatile, it's very well blended, it's very well engineered, it's not obnoxious in any way, it feels polished. As for the reasons not to get Herod, one, this is something, like I said earlier, this is something that could come out of a designer house. And in fact, I think that what Herod is, like most of the Parfum de Marly fragrances, it's a designer fragrance released by a niche house. So it's not, like in terms of scent profile, there's nothing really special going on. Reason not to get it, number two, it's not really performing significantly better than a very average designer fragrance. Like it's been an hour and it's not really projecting anymore, and I used as the amount of juice I used to test is the same amount I would have used if I had a full bottle, which it's not like it's a skin scent or anything like that. It's just not really projecting so much. So strength wise, it's very average. Third reason not to get it is that because the profile isn't exactly special, even though really quite well done, I just really think that it's overpriced. A fragrance of this quality ought to be priced the same way that the fragrances by Bulgari and or the fragrances from Ormond Jane. I think that the fair price of a fragrance like this would be within that range, because this fragrance is priced higher than Ormond Jane or Bulgari. I really do think it's overpriced, and I don't think it's a very wise use of money. You can very easily spend less money for something that is just as good. After an hour, you get ISO-E Super, Musk, and Vanilla, and a bit of Osmanthus. Even though it is a good blend for that profile, which would be the long run of this fragrance, I think you could do better. So, happy exploring. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe!